Hi, my name is Lauren with Lauryn Moore Education, and I teach photographers how to jump into preschool photography. Now, I have been a photographer for 16 years, and I booked my first preschool 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I had just had my fourth son. I was working at a small business making $24,000 a year before tax. Now, 4 years later, thanks to preschools, I am full-time into photography. We became a six-figure business this year, and we have an incredible staff that takes care of over 40 preschools. And I can show you how to do the same thing, so make sure you follow along. Now, for this video, I want to tell you about my very first preschool that I booked and the mistakes that I made along the way. Hopefully, it'll give you some help. So, let's go. Okay, so 4 years ago, I had contacted a school that I actually used to work at. So, the relationship was already there, and I will admit that I already knew the director. I knew the assistant director. I'd known them for many, many years. We went to high school together, middle school together. So it had been a long time relationship that I had with them. I contacted them, and it was shortly after COVID. Things were starting to open back up. And I just asked them, hey, have you guys had a preschool picture day recently? And they told me that they actually hadn't had preschool picture day since COVID. I got in at a really good time. I'm not going to lie. So I asked them, I was like, I would really love to come see what I can do. I did not come to them like I'm the expert. I know what I'm doing, because honestly, I didn't. I was very transparent, and I just wanted to see what it would be like, if it was something that I would like. I was staying at home with my son, who like I said, he had a lot of medical complexities, and going back to work in a traditional 9 to 5 was not going to work with us. So I jumped in, with no idea what I was doing, other than I had had 12 years of experience doing mini sessions. Mini sessions had been my bread and butter in photography, before I started this. And mini sessions are a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of booking, but I was very good at it, and I had gotten very efficient. So I went into this with a mini session mindset. I'll give you my first practical tip. Before you walk into your first preschool, buy a wagon. I was literally carrying this entire set in by myself. I'm talking, I brought crates, I brought backdrops, I brought chairs, I brought plants, I brought so many things, and I was so inefficient with my time because it took me almost an hour to set up. So first note, keep it simple. Decide the kind of photography that you want to do and figure out how to best do that in an efficient way. Be efficient. Get a wagon. And so once I got there, it was a little rocky. I kept having to get up and down and up and down and up and down. And I would move the kids, put them in the pose that I wanted to, go back down, and boom, they've moved again, over and over and over again. So note number 2, get an assistant. Don't walk into your first school without an assistant. Just find a friend, pay somebody, anyone who can move a kid and be friendly. Start there. Don't go by yourself. It sucks. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or if I should say that, but just to be real, it was awful. By my second school, I had an assistant, let me tell you. So when you get there, you are wanting to photograph kids 1 to 2 minutes a piece. My first school, I was probably like 7 to 10 minutes per kid. It wasn't great. It wasn't efficient. It wasn't well planned out. It wasn't anything like that. I also had kind of developed my own system I had a big stack of papers. Each paper had the child's name, email address. So I had like 40 sheets of paper. I had numbered them 1 through 40 based on how we had set up picture day so that I could keep them in order of what we photographed. It took me like 2 weeks to cull and edit all the images. I used just a regular photography platform to get them out. And that was really difficult. It was difficult constantly having to keep that organization. It was very clunky. The third biggest tip I can give you, wagon assistant, get a volume photography platform. Start out just off the bat. It's going to save you so much time. We are down to, we can get, I'm going to say 75% of our schools for fall and Christmas were shot, cold, edited, and sent out the same day, if not the day after. I'm going to say about 90% were at least by the day after. So do yourself a favor and don't give yourself a lot of back end work. Just don't. Make it easy on yourself. I personally use PhotoDay. They have changed my business. They have been amazing. They are very user friendly. And I highly recommend them. So those are my top 3 mistakes and top 3 tips. Get a wagon, be efficient with your time. Get an assistant, again, so you can be efficient with your time, and get a volume photography platform. Now, in my next video, I'm going to talk to you about setting up a model call, because that's really, for me, what I would recommend you doing as step 1. Okay. And we're going to talk about how that helps your process, that helps your posing, and that helps your platform. So follow along for more. I'm really excited to jump into this with you guys. If you have been wondering about preschool photography, seeing if it's something right for you, I would love to talk to you. You can message me. I have a Facebook group. Jump on in. We would love to have you. And like I said, let's talk about this niche that completely changed my life and my family's life. I would love to have you along. Talk to you soon.